Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be predicting the scores of week 27 of the 2019-2020 Premier League season. Now, before we get started on week 27, let's have a quick look back at part 2 of the fragmented Premier League break, you could say, winter break, and how well we got on part 2 of week 26.
Okay, so for part 2 I had 3 points with no perfect results, to say that's average really.
Yeah, and I did exactly the same as you, Nathan. I only came away with 3 points as well. Representing the viewers last week was Kyle Brimage, and he came away with 2 points. So overall now, Nathan, for the season you're on 184 points. I'm on 192 points, and the viewers languishing behind again with 166 points. Top scorer of the week last week for part B of week 26 was Orion Kumar, and Orion came away with 7 points, which is an excellent score considering because there was a few freak results in that. At the time of recording as well, Manchester City are playing their home match against West Ham for that week 26 as well, but we're not going to count that in the viewers' sort of top-up scores, but it will appear in our overall scores for the season probably next week now. But enough of last week, let's crack on and make some predictions.
Okay, so first up we have Chelsea versus Spurs. Now Chelsea losing last time out to Man United. Maguire should have been sent off, and a few dodgy refereeing decisions there really. I believe the referee was from Manchester, and I don't know, even VAR didn't even pick up on some of the decisions either. I'm sorry, but if Son was sent off for that exactly the same thing that Maguire did in the match on the weekend, then Maguire should have gone as well. It's just ridiculous. But Spurs getting a narrow win against Villa last time around, nicking it at the end. Coming into this match though, going to be tricky to predict. Chelsea could be there on their day, and so could Spurs. Son's out for a while now, I believe, as well, so both Kane and Son are out, which is very restrictive for Tottenham up front. So I'm going to say 2-2 in this one.
Yeah, difficult one to predict, as you say. VAR again rearing its ugly head. Tottenham this evening are in European action against RB Leipzig. That's yet to kick off. I believe Lucas Moura is playing at front. As you've said, Son is out with a broken arm for the foreseeable future. So, difficult one to predict this one. I think it's going to be very close, but I'm actually going to go for an away win. I think Mourinho is going to be all over this defensively, and I'm going to go for a 1-0 away victory to Spurs. Next up, we've got the first of the 3 o'clock kickoffs, and that's between Burnley and Bournemouth at Turf Moor. Another difficult one to predict this one. Burnley at the moment finds themselves in 11th position, and Bournemouth picked up recently. I think they got their 2 wins now in the last 6 matches, find themselves in 16th position. However, Burnley haven't lost in their last 4 fixtures. They're at home, and then in the last 7 fixtures between the 2 teams, Burnley have won 5 of those fixtures and Bournemouth have won twice. So I'm going to go for a home win in this one. It's going to be narrow, so I'm a 2-1 victory to Burnley.
Yeah, we should expect Burnley to win this one really, especially with the form that they've been on recently. Haven't lost since the Chelsea match, which you could argue was a tricky match.
I think last week against that away win against Southampton was excellent, by the way. So.
And even their results before that, 2-0 to Man United, and also beating Leicester 2-1 as well, adding to it as well, so 2-1 Burnley. Next up we have Palace versus Newcastle. Now Newcastle getting dismantled by an average and underperforming Arsenal team. Did not expect that at all, especially when Newcastle's been playing well recently. And they're coming up against a Crystal Palace team who are in 14th. They're starting to drop like a stone a little bit. Tricky one to predict this, but you never know which team is going to be on it on their day. But going back to Newcastle's poor historic form in London, never seem to do well down there. I'm going to go for a draw. I would have gone for Palace winning this one, but because of their form recently, having won in over 6 matches, I'm going to go 1-1.
Yeah, I think there's only 1 victory between the 2 sides in these last 6 fixtures, and that was actually, as you say, a Newcastle victory in London against Chelsea. However, Crystal Palace, no win in the last 6 matches. I can't see them winning this one, even though they're at home. Newcastle as well, they're going to make it tough for Palace, for the Eagles, and I'm going to go for same scoreline as you as well, same result, a 1-1 draw, and I don't think it's going to be the most exciting of matches, this one as well. Okay, next up we got the Blades, Sheffield United at home against Brighton. Sheffield United find themselves in 6th position. If they want to push on for those European spots, then they really need to win this fixture. I think they will against Brighton, who kind of playing okay at the moment, picking up a lot of draws but not actually doing enough to get any sort of victory at the moment. So I think Sheffield United are going to be slightly too strong for them. I'm going to go for a home win to the Blades, 2-1 up there in Sheffield.
Yeah, I've got exactly the same. Chris Wilder with all the news of Manchester City, which we will get on to the end of the video. We're going to have a massive discussion about it with all the stuff that's happened this week. Chris Wilder is going to see that 5th position, that new Champions League slot, and he's going to go, right, this is doable, this is achievable. We're 1 or 2 points even behind 4th here. We got to go for it. And I reckon Sheffield United are going to start putting the performances now, and I'm going to say 2-1 to Sheffield United. Moving on to the last 3 o'clock, we've got Southampton versus Villa. Now Villa narrowly losing out to Tottenham last time around. Grealish is looking really good, and El Ghazi I thought put in a good performance as well against Spurs. Coming up against the Southampton side, who they're starting to drop off a bit after they've had that good run of form recently. But being a Ralph Hasenhüttl side, I reckon that Villa's woes are going to continue a bit. They have lost their last 2 matches, and I think the Spurs losing narrowly to Spurs is going to knock their confidence a bit. Plus, they don't usually tend to play well away, so I'm going to go for a 2-1 victory to the Saints here.
Yeah, Villa score goals, but they also concede a lot as well. Yeah.
Leaky defence.
Southampton in their last 8 fixtures against Aston Villa, they haven't lost any of those matches, so historically you could say this is going to be a Southampton victory. However, the way that Villa played last weekend, they should have got something out of that match. They looked really good. I think last week it was full of shocks. I think this is going to be one of the shocks of this weekend as well. And I'm going to stick my neck out on the block for this one. I'm going to go for an away victory to the Villains. I'm going for a 2-1 away win.
Interesting.
Moving on to the 5:30 fixture, we've got Leicester at home against Manchester City, and this is 2nd against 3rd. At the time of recording, Manchester City are home against West Ham. Currently it's 0-0 in that fixture. Difficult one to call this one, because I think Manchester City next week are in Champions League action, coming up against the Leicester team who don't concede that many goals overall. I think they've conceded 26 this season, which is 2nd behind Liverpool. However, Manchester City are going to be aggrieved because of what's gone on off the pitch, and I think they're going to come away with a victory in this one. I'm going to go for a 3-1 victory against the Foxes for the away side. I think it was Man City beat the Foxes 3-1 earlier in the season. It's going to be a repeat scoreline. It doesn't seem that the case at the moment with what's going on. They're not looking amazing at the moment either, Man City, but yeah, I'm going to go for a 3-1 away win.
Yeah, I'll actually disagree with you here. I'm going to go for a 2-2. I think Leicester are going to pinpoint this one. I think we need to make a statement here, and
Vardy needs to get back in his goal. I can't even remember the last time he scored. So.
Yeah, I know. I think this is going to be the one that Vardy will look to score in, especially, and I think I don't know. I think with the news this week, I think Man City's heads are going to drop a little bit. And this is, I don't know. I just think they're going to struggle, and especially with it being at Leicester, the fans at the King Power, and I always know it's a good atmosphere. They're going to be right on top of the team. So yeah, this is a tricky one, but I think it's going to be close, and I think stalemate 2-2. There will be goals in this one because of Man City's dodgy defence, well, at times especially. And yeah, 2-2. Next up, we've got Man United versus Watford. Now, on Sunday, of course, 2 o'clock. Now, Man United, of course, beating Chelsea dodgily, you could say as well. I won't get onto that now. They're coming up against a Watford side who haven't won in, I think, 5 matches now. Really not looking good for them. They did have that bounce, of course, when Pearson come in, but it's looking to come to an end now. They aren't playing well as they should be, really, Watford's, and I can see Man United's run going on a little bit, so 2 on Man United.
Yeah, Man United looking really good at the moment. Watford, of course, sort of fallen off a little bit of a cliff. However, they're not playing too badly. It's going to be tight, but I'm going to go for a Red Devils win for this one. And I'm going to go 2-1 to Manchester United, but it will be tight, and Watford could turn up on the day and win this one, but Man United 2, Watford 1. Next up we've got Wolves at home against Norwich. Norwich seems to have shown up their defence
a little bit,
recently, only losing 1-0 against Liverpool last time out. Wolves as well, finding it very difficult to win at the moment. It's just one victory in the last 6. However, I think they're going to come out victorious in this one, narrowly, and I'm going to go for a 1-0 win to the home side.
I think it's going to be a little difficult, a little bit more for this one, mainly because this is, well, of course, when they did play Liverpool, it was at home, and the atmosphere at Carrow Road is also relatively good. Sell out every game, even the Championship they sell out, and basically all the time. That stadium is never empty. But I don't know, I think they're just going to underestimate Wolves. I don't think that Norwich will believe that Wolves are as good as they actually are in real life, if you know what I mean by that. And I think Wolves are going to definitely want to make a statement in this one, try and climb up the table further, try their best to get above Man United, really. And I can see this one being a 2-0 victory to Wolves. Next up, we got the 4:30 kickoff between Arsenal and Everton. Arsenal getting a shocking 4-0 victory last time. I did not expect that at all, especially with how well Newcastle have been playing recently as well. Coming up against Everton as well, who under Ancelotti been playing really well as well. I mean, 9th versus 10th. Managers, one doing better than the other, obviously, with Ancelotti doing miracles at Everton. But I don't know, I think Everton will sneak this one through, 2-1.
Yeah, I've gone complete opposite to you.
Really?
I think Arsenal now a lot better under Arteta, demolishing Newcastle last time out, as you said, 4-0. I think they're going to sneak this one. I'm going to go, 2-1 to the Gunners.
Interesting.
Next up, we've got Liverpool against West Ham. Now, this takes place on Monday evening at 8 o'clock. Liverpool, the juggernaut that is Liverpool, the Reds, 25 victories out of 26. There's only going to be one winner in this one, and it's going to be Liverpool at home.
Yeah.
But they haven't been destroying teams in the Premier League of late, so I'm just going to go in for a 2-0 victory to the home side.
Yeah, and saying that, of course, they did lose to Atleti last night, even though with Atleti's amazing record at home.
Yeah, and I don't think Liverpool.
As well.
I don't think Liverpool got a single shot on target last night.
No, they didn't. Even though Liverpool fans have been, even speaking to Liverpool fans today, saying that they absolutely dominated that match. Now you got to remember,
they did have the chances, but nothing on target.
Exactly, nothing on target. Possession does not matter in football. It's how many shots you get on target, how well you play the ball into the net. Because you can get a high level of possession, but that could just mean passing it around the back for the whole match. We've seen it in experience before. Teams getting 70% plus possession and still losing because they get just destroyed on the counter-attack, which is what happened to Liverpool. So it really doesn't work. But moving on to this one, West Ham in absolute freefall. If they keep going at the way they're going, they're going to end up in the Championship.
Oh, it's Man City 1, West Ham 0.
There you are,
Rodri. Lovely.
Interesting. So, yeah, I'm going to say 4-0 to Liverpool.
Okay, so that concludes our predictions for week 27 of this, the 2019-2020 Premier League season. I'm going to leave a template of these fixtures in the description. All you need to do is copy and paste them into your comment. And like Orion Kumar, you can get a shout out in the next video. Now, before we go, Nathan, quickly, is there anything you'd like to add?
Yeah, the Man City thing. Where do we start? What's your opinion on it first?
Well, just quickly, they've broken the rules, so there's going to be a fine. There's going to be a possible thrown out of Europe. I know that it's going to the Court of Arbitration, or they're appealing against what's gone on. I don't agree with the financial fair play rules. It makes it's a lot fairer on the bigger clubs like the likes of Manchester United and Liverpool have got these massive followings. How are all the other clubs going to catch up with them? So there's things that have got to be changed. But I don't want a franchise system like they've got in America. So I'm not sure what the answer is, but they did break the rules at the end of the day.
Yeah, and they massively overspent. But saying that as well, I also think that because if they find out that they're guilty in the end and the legal challenge doesn't go through with UEFA, then they've got to be investigated with the Premier League as well. Because if they've broken it with UEFA, then they've definitely broken it in the Premier League. And with the Premier League, there needs to be reform with the financial fair play punishments. Because in the Championship and in the EFL, there's
Points
there's,
deductions.
fixed. There's actually fixed punishments. So dependent on how much that you overspend by, an example would be Cardiff overspent by a bit, got a 1 transfer window ban. Same with QPR has also happened to them, whereas Birmingham City massively overspent and get a
points deduction,
large points deduction.
And I think it was in Scotland. I'm not sure the ins and outs of it, but Rangers got sent down to the bottom of the pyramid there,
and that was also because of administration as well. So there really needs to be reform so they can fit in with the rest of the footballing structure in England and Wales, just so it's consistent across the board, and that teams do actually get punished when they breach the rules, and it's not one team gets more priority over the other, but because the FA prefer them, and so they can keep the top 6 as the top 6.
Yeah, fantastic.
Everyone needs to be punished.
Fantastic. Okay, I think this is going to go on and on and on.
We'll have a discussion in the comments.
It's going to drag on because Manchester City have appealed, so it's going to drag on this one for a while. But for now, though, Nathan, thank you for joining me this evening yet again. Thanks for watching as always, and we'll see you in the next video. Cheers, guys.